Well, I'm rooting for these Blue Jays tonight, but only like by say 1 point or so.
By 1 point tonight, right? Okay, we'll see how Creighton does tonight. Tough against Seton Hall can play the defense, has trouble shooting, but that home court, those home courts sometimes can really be a factor in these games. And
Right.
Creighton's had trouble shooting threes on the road this year, so we'll see how
That's
that goes.
right.
That's been especially in the conference season. We go to
Right.
Fox tonight, late night. We'll see if you're up at this hour. Fox, no, probably
Probably
not.
not.
We saw those pictures on Discord. We were wondering. 10:30 night.
You're like, are you gonna even get up in the morning or what? I could barely watch like LeBron break the record, and then I was like, all right, I'm going to bed.
There
See
you
you guys
go.
later.
That's right.
So
You
I was
got
kind of surprised when the Lakers only lost by 3 when I woke up. I was like, oh, they kind of made a game of it.
that was the most important game of the season. This was their most important game of the season. They're 13th in the conference. People, I mean, on other shows, people think they're a shoo-in to make the playoffs. Hey, dude, didn't you see what happened last year? All right, didn't you see what happened last year? You're 13th. You're only ahead of San Antonio and Houston in the Western Conference. This is the most important game, of the season here, because this is one of the teams you got to pass here. And it was a bad showing. And again, I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
happy for LeBron, but upset at the Lakers team, coaching staff, not preparing the
Yeah, they
supporting
didn't look like
staff.
they wanted to be there much. That's
It
for
was
sure.
horrible coaching job because they didn't stress the importance of this game. This is somebody you're trying to pass for the playoffs. And again, they don't. Again, they just think, oh, we're the Lakers, we're going to catch them. Doesn't work that way. These guys are younger than you are, brother, and they're more hungry than you are as well. So I was I'm just disgusted with this Lakers team here last couple of
Yeah, and
years.
LeBron looked tired like me. He looked tired out
Oh
there.
yeah, it's off my back now. But at that point, I know there was some issues here with Westbrook and Ham had a big chewing out there. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Westbrook being upset. Hey, dude, we got to win a game. Who cares about this record? Which I mean, that's what it looked like to me. And that's I
Right.
don't blame Westbrook in that spot because you got to win this game. This is his ex team he's playing too. You don't want OKC taking a playoff spot away from you. That would be really embarrassing, wouldn't it? Yes, but anyway, the
Yeah.
Lakers. We know the Lakers are better than the Spurs and the Rockets. That's what they are right now. They're just better than those two. That's it. That's what the numbers say. Parcells says you are what your record says you are. Right? That's who they
That
are.
is true.
That's who you are. All right. We go to the Mountain West tonight, a conference that usually gets a lot of teams in. I don't know whether they're deserving or not because I like to see a lot of Mountain West teams in the tournament because you like to bet against them because you usually get out right away. So they're in and out. They're in and out. Right away. But anyway, late night, Fox 1 has Wyoming here hosting UNLV. UNLV laying 3, total 146.
Yeah, so this is going to be the last of the 2 meetings here this season with UNLV winning and covering last time out 86-72 when they were favored by 5. The Rebels have a record of 15-8 this season, 4-2 on the road. Wyoming, on the other hand, a little bit underwater, 7-15 and 6-4 at home. UNLV here. They've obviously had a hard time with Fresno State because they've just been swept pretty bad by them this season in their last game and then, in 4 games previous year. But Wyoming actually took out Fresno State. And then UNLV, though, they went ahead and took out Colorado State, while Wyoming got beat up pretty bad there in that one. Or I guess it was, more like losing in a low scorer. But one of those, like, wasn't really eventful, that outing between Wyoming and Colorado State here. So I'm kind of going to go back to UNLV. They are better statistically here than this Wyoming team. But it's one of those that it kind of has mixed reviews, right? Because the home team usually always wins this matchup, and I mean by win and covering the spread. But I think that one's going to change tonight here. I'm going to look for UNLV here to cover this one. It's one of those that I kind of and was taking a look at more of like maybe some of the advanced stats in this one. Like it's one of those that sometimes the advanced stats don't mean too much, right? So they may only give you a 10% edge here or a 47% edge in this one. But if I take a look at the assist to turnover ratio, this one here, the Rebels are sitting at 83rd in the nation compared to 226th for Wyoming. So basically what that means is you're making a whole lot more baskets and you're committing a whole lot less turnovers, which leads to success because you're not, giving those other squads free points. And that's kind of what I'm looking at here today. I think something like that, just being able to control the ball, hold on to it a little bit more, I think that's going to give UNLV here the edge and break that cycle of the home team winning. I think they're going to be able to cover, this small spread here by 3. Wyoming is also, 300th at shot attempts this season. So, that either means that they're really efficient, right? And they just put it through through the hoop, or it's that they just have to shoot a lot because they're not so good here as well. And Wyoming has been basically a team here that's lost by an average of 6 points at home. So I think this one here, they're going to be able to be within that margin of error here, and UNLV will take it -3. That's where I'm going today, Tony.
UNLV -3 in this one. Yeah, you mentioned Wyoming not getting the shot attempts. It's hard to make the shot attempts when you make turnovers, and they have a lot of turnovers, and they don't get a lot of offensive rebounds, so those second shot opportunities are not happening. They're third worst in the Mountain West in those two categories. And of course, horrible at the free throw line at 66%. These are conference numbers I read out here,
Right.
And at this point. But one thing with UNLV is, of course, when you're looking at a road team and they're laying points, I always find it's harder for these road teams to shoot the basketball, right? You always look at these numbers. They're always a huge variance, right, in shooting percentages. But not UNLV. UNLV on the road this year has been a really good shooting team this season here at 48% and 39% from three.
Yeah, and look at what they've been averaging on the road, right? 77 points a game. And then if you look at Wyoming, they're giving up 77 points a game here as well. I mean, so to me, that looks like we're going to have, a pretty secure, UNLV team with probably not a lot of variance, from that. And actually, if you take a look at that first game, right, they even went out more and won that one 86-72. I think Wyoming, they're decent scorers. And, UNLV, they're not totally great on defense. But again, that's why I think it's going to come down to those little things of not making those mistakes. I have this one modeled, I go through a couple different models. I have this one basically pretty much the same within 3 to 5 points. Again, if I talk about a variance of Wyoming being underwater 6 points, I think that kind of, really secures the deal here for me as well. And then again, looking at some trends, the favorite is 5-1 in the last 6 meetings here also. So we got, UNLV team here, better stats, better, assist to turnover ratio, better shooting. I think that they kind of really meet the guidelines of pulling this one out here today to really break that streak of the home team usually winning and covering. Because that's really the only thing that's kind of holding me up a little bit from this one, probably being a premium here, is that little bit of, unknown there. But I do think with all of the other factors, this is going to be one that UNLV will get today.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. If he gets there, the Wyoming issue also too is they give up over 38% from three against conference foes. So UNLV should be getting some good looks there at the basket here, no doubt. UNLV laying 3 here against Wyoming. This one to have a start time here of 10:30 Eastern Time. Fox Sports 1 will televise. All right, Mindy, let's take a look over at TonySpace.com. Put the numbers up there. We updated them. Now, I knew I forgot something. We had a long discussion before the show. So I knew I forgot something. We got the numbers straight now here. 2866 for 2023 from Mindy. She's been an absolute fire here for this season, for this year, I should say, and all sports combined has been pounded, showing great profit this year in college hoops, NHL, NBA, NFL. Doing great work, and those are all the sports in action right now, right? winning good for the past 3 days. You can verify that over at Mindy's handicapper page. Over when you go to TonySpace.com, you'll see all this. I'm just reading what I'm seeing here, right? This is all documented. All right, Mindy, what do you have going over at the site?
Yeah, so I, looked at everything here this morning before we had the morning steam show, and I put some plays in early on. So I had basically I had 4 plays in the NBA in that time. I went ahead and added one after the show. I had some line movement in my favor. Then I had 3 plays for college basketball, but as I had mentioned, I hadn't gone through my efficiency section to look at some totals. So I wound up getting 4 more plays there today. So I added a few additional packages. So it may look maybe a little bit redundant, but this way you're going to be able to have everything covered. So for the NBA, I have a 3-pack in there, and then I have a 5-pack, and it's going to be the same thing. I have 2 3-packs. One's going to be just spreads. The other one's going to be mostly totals. And then I also did a guaranteed best bet as well. So I think you can find a little bit of everything that you're looking for today. If you just want to go ahead and bet some totals, got that for you. If you just want to take a look at some sides, have that covered for you as well. No plays in the NHL today on the ice. There was only 2 games. I gave out my best bets or my best picks on the show. No premium plays here for me today, but you can go ahead and get my leans if you take a look at the replay on the show, or just type in those games and the morning steam, and you'll get that out there as well. But I think, we're starting to head into like a really good time for sports, right? We're going to have, March Madness coming up. We have the Super Bowl. Then we're getting really close to Major League Baseball. So it's a good time, I think, to get something a little bit longer term. Tony talked about, maybe getting something like a month-long pass. As you can see, my record is kind of speaks for itself right now. I feel like you should have some confidence in me by now as one of the handicappers here on this site, that you can go ahead and buy one of my packages and be sure to get some profit out of that in a month's time or so. So yeah, check that out and make sure you use the promo code TonyT at checkout as well.
That's right. Use that promo code TonyT at checkout. You'll save 20% off. Of course, when you access Mindy's page, apply it here right now. Of course, Mindy today on the board, she does have a 5-pack where she mixes up sports here, NHL, NBA, and college basketball into a 5-pack, also 3-pack for college hoops. Best bets here, NHL, best bets, college hoops, best bets, NBA right there. So a lot of action from Mindy today here on a Wednesday here over at TonySpace.com. As Mindy was mentioned, instead of buying all these plays individually, the way Mindy's running right now is we'll flash those numbers up again. Look at this for the year. Okay, the way Mindy's running right now, you got to just go ahead and get that 1 month all sports pass. Get all of Mindy's premium plays for 30 days. That would include all of her NBA, all her NHL, college basketball. This will take you right to the end of all major conference regular season, and you'll also get some of the minor conferences as they finish, like in end of February, and they start their conference tournament. So some conference action there in the tournament action with that 30-day all sports pass, as well as the Super Bowl pick. Super Bowl's come up here on Sunday. Mindy has a premium play ready to roll there for the Chiefs and the Eagles here. So
I guess you can give it away.
well, she'll have it there on the site. We'll see where she rolls with it. Could be a total, could be an ATS, could be money line. Maybe she likes to. Right. We'll never know. You'll see. Maybe both. Well, we'll see we'll see how it rolls.
Well, I have to give out one on the morning steam, so I have
That's
to
right.
make out my mind of which one I want to play, right? Because I do like both. So we'll see. Maybe I'll have both at once. Perhaps Ramon will agree, right?
That's right. Perhaps we'll see how that rolls. So get on board with Mindy. That 1 month pass is a great way to roll all of Mindy's premium plays for a month. You've seen she's been on fire here on the site. Of course, use the promo code here, TonyT at checkout, and you'll save 20% off. We'll do the math on this one. You'll save $66. You can access Mindy's page by clicking the link you see in the description. Click the All Cappers tab, and then you will land right on Mindy's page here and go ahead and you'll see the great records she's put together. It's all fully documented here. Second party handles all the grading for us. We pay for the line service. We pay for the scores. We pay for the grading. So you can see it. Everything's up there, up on the site. You scroll down, you can verify every play. Every play is documented on the site, and you can go through and see the entire history of plays here at Tony'sPicks.com. And of course, here as you see, it's a pick ticker. Now, when some of these packages break, what happens is they're sold. Every pick is sold individually, so you can also pick and choose the games you want to buy there on the pick ticker. So that's another option there for you too, as well as purchasing them on the pick ticker. So keep an eye there. And of course, that promo code works as well. You see the orange there. That means profit guarantee, that they must turn a profit, or the amount you purchase is credit back in your account for side credits. That's profit guarantee on the 1 day passes. The long-term passes are not profit guaranteed because there's already a significant reduction in price, and you can apply the promo code like that 1 month pass. The way Mindy's rolling, that's the way to go. Get the 1 month pass right now and use that promo code to save that $66. All right, Mindy, we also put together a Twitter account for you over at Tony's Picks. Mindy, that morning steam show rolling again here. I know we got tomorrow, then your day off Friday, and then of course the show runs Saturday through Thursday, and of course we've got also picked there on Twitter.
Yeah, so you can find another pick today in college basketball on Twitter at Tony's Picks Mindy. So make sure you check that out and then go ahead and do a follow and maybe a retweet. And of course, make sure you click on the notification so you never miss a play from, any of us cappers at Tony's Picks. And then also make sure you catch me and Ramon in the early AM, 8 a.m. Central Time every Saturday through Thursday, where we cover the full card of plays for the NHL and NBA, and of course, this last game here for the Super Bowl. Otherwise, we do select, usually about 5 to 10 additional games for college basketball, and we're always looking for your input of which games you would like. We usually try to go ahead and set a schedule with the games a little bit later in the evening, and those that are pretty exciting and on TV. So we'll give you some action to be in while you're watching. So yeah, make sure you join us on Discord because you could go ahead then and put in the game you'd like for us to cover. Otherwise, we do games by request, which we had another one this morning with the SMU game. So you'll always find a little bit of something that you like on the Morning Steam. It's a fun place to be. We have the Morning Steam chat room. They come with their stats, their ideas, their plays for the day, their locks. And, what we do, Ramon and I, is we go through the games and we get information from the chat, our information. I start out with a pick. The chat chimes in, and then it's, whether Ramon is agreeing with me on the fence or maybe not. So he has to make the final decision on if we have consensus plays. And if we have consensus plays, then we repackage those for the website for sale. And then also, we get additional input from Ramon. He has access to some fun line services, and he goes ahead and gives us team plays as well. Because that way, we always want to make sure that you do your due diligence. We're helping you as a whole to beat Vegas as a community here. And with that additional information, maybe it's plays you want to get on right now or wait for better lines. But we do the best that we can to be the first show on in the morning to get you all of the information that you need for the day. So make sure you catch us again tomorrow. Don't miss out.
That's right. Don't miss out. Of course, check us out right on this. And I'm going to put the link up there, which I forgot to do. But our Discord, follow us on. Join our Discord. A lot of great sports betting discussions there on our Discord, and I'm going to make sure I go ahead and get that up there. I saw a lot of content up there that was posted today, so you'll see it
That's
updated
right.
there. It's pretty much like I always like to call it, like a private message for a board on steroids. I remember some of those old school message boards that we used to see back in the day. It's a little bit more different now. It creates it's a lot more. Let me just put it this way: it's faster, right? You don't have to deal with these older servers that you have with those message forums. But this one is really nice and easy to navigate. A lot of content up there. A lot of updates here on some of the injury news as well. A lot of the community. You see Butterscotch in there, Badass Dan in there, Ron Hahn in there a lot. There's just Blake you'll see in there as well. Just some of the regulars that join us here on the chat room. A lot of them have joined. Latifa was in there. I know I talked to Latifa there on our afternoon show yesterday. People were asking Latifa. I guess she made some time for the afternoon show yesterday. I know, Mindy, you were in another universe at that time, but
Celebrating.
celebrating. Okay, celebrating.
Another universe. Goodness.
Not yet. That would have been too early. That would have been too early in the day, wouldn't it?
Right. It was only 3 when I had, or 3 my time. So,
right.
that would put me at real early on yours. 1 p.m.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
It took me until, at least like 10 o'clock. So.
Oh, that was all right. That wasn't so bad. All right, guys. So I got the link up there to the Discord.
My sister can't be trusted. She's a terrible bartender.
Oh boy. There you go.
I mean,
helping
terrible
out
in a good way.
That's right. Helping out. Happy birthday to Tiffany there. If you guys check it out in Discord, some nice photos up there. A lot of great content. So go ahead and click the link, and of course get signed up for Mindy's 1 month all sports pass. She has been hammering the books here, so get on board. All right, Mindy, as always, great having your show. Have yourself a great evening, afternoon. We'll talk with you again tomorrow.
I will. Go Jays. We'll see ya.
There you go, Jays. Mindy Hahne here.